Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the 2020 Honda 450 build. This episode we're going to be diving right into upgrading the cockpit of this thing. As you guys know, I'm a pretty tall rider at 6'1", and one of the biggest things that I try and do with all my bikes, especially 450s, is increase the grip that I have on the bike anywhere I can. My biggest thing is battling arm pump with being so tall, because when you're tall, your knees are up above the seat, so you can't really grip too much with your knees. Your weight's pretty far off the back of the bike because your arms are really long, so you're really far back on the bike. And then just standing up and holding on and everything with all the extra weight is pretty tiring, and it gives you arm pump really fast. So to set it up for a taller rider, I of course move the bars forward, raise them up quite a bit. I just focus on getting as much grip on all the areas of the bike that I can. That includes a gripper seat, frame tape, really grippy pegs, nice grips that I really like. And then you guys know that I run the hand guards and everything too. So we got a big shipment from Pro Taper, Works Connection, Moto Tape, Raptor pegs, a whole bunch of really cool stuff to upgrade the cockpit of this thing to fit me better. So that's what we're gonna dive into right now. Let's go take a look at the parts. All right guys, so first thing and most importantly, we got the Pro Taper Evo Bend. These are the ones with no crossbar because this chassis is a really stiff chassis. Notoriously, the Honda's really stiff, so I do everything I can to soften up the chassis. So as you guys can see, no crossbar in there. So the bend I run is actually the highest bend that they make in the Evo line, and it's called the Wyndham/RM mid bend. It has a low amount of sweep for how tall it is, so that it opens my chest up a little bit. You guys will probably notice I have a problem of riding pretty elbows down, and that's kind of common if you're a taller dude. So they tend to make their taller bars with less sweep for that reason. So love those bars. Then of course, got the nice red Pro Taper bar pad to match. That thing's gonna look sick on the Honda. Next up, we have our Ride Engineering triple clamps here. As you guys can see, they're very nice, anodized red. Got the bar mounts. It's just one piece so that when you tip over or whatever, your bars don't twist. So that's gonna be really nice if I have a little tip over while I'm doing a race or whatever. Having to DNF from a race because you have twisted bars is a pretty silly reason. So those things are gonna be really nice. They're gonna make sure that never happens. So very, very big thank you to Ride Engineering for hooking it up. This is actually the very first time I'll ever be running aftermarket triple clamps. So that'll be really interesting. Really excited to try that out. And then also first time using the bar mounts. So that should be pretty cool. Excited to get those on. And then to finish off the controls, we got obviously the hand guards. Love running the hand guards. I've started doing that this year and have not looked back ever since. We got some cool Works Connection stuff here. Got the custom front brake cover. That's really cool. It says Jaywalk 841 on it. Got the hour meter and the mounting bracket for it that goes right here, so we'll be able to keep track of the maintenance and everything really easily. This is another thing that I'm very, very excited about on the Honda, because you guys know I'm not a fan of how hard the clutch pull is. So this is their ARC Works Connection lever and perch, so that should help out a lot with the clutch pull, just making it nice and smooth and easier. They hooked it up with the brake lever and some of the rotating bar clamps, which are really cool, just look really nice. And then of course, my favorite grips of all time, I absolutely love the Pro Taper pillow top grips. Just those little pillow tops on them increase the diameter of the grip, so it gives me something a little bit more to hang on to because my hands are pretty big. So I absolutely love those. Really grippy, really comfortable, never get any blisters. A+ for me. And then one of my low-key favorite upgrades ever to do on these bikes, ball bearing throttle tube. So this actually has a ball bearing in the end of it that goes into the end of your bar. So it's not actually the tube itself that's twisting on your bar. It's a little insert inside that has a ball bearing. Keeps dirt out of it, keeps it spinning so nice. When you very first get a new bike, obviously it twists really nicely, but once you start putting a couple hours on it, especially down here in Florida, you get that gritty sand in there and it really locks it up. So that's gonna keep it spinning. Super nice, super free, and you'd be surprised at how much that plays a role on arm pump. So that's gonna be really cool. Big thank you to everyone hooking it up. Pro Taper, Works Connection, Ride Engineering, and of course you guys know Michael Lindsay played a part in getting us these parts. So thank you, Michael. Thank you to everyone who's helping out. I think today we're just gonna work on basically the front end of this thing, the bars and everything. What I showed you. I was hoping to have the pegs and seat cover, but those haven't gotten in yet, so I'll do those in another video. But first, we gotta invite a special guest in to help us out. Oh, hey bud. You wanna do the ceremonial first part?
Okay. Come on, Nugget. Inside.
Bar pad's coming off. First part to come off. Yeah, there we go. Do this thing. guys, so we got the Ride Engineering triple clamps on. Those are looking really, really nice. I don't recommend putting the forks on together with the front wheel. That was kind of a pain in the butt. Triple clamps are looking great. Have them in the forward position. As you can see, there's a slight offset forward. So I'm a taller guy, like I'm a little farther forward. So next, we're moving on to one of the most important things in my opinion, putting on these Pro Taper bars. So I am super, super picky about my bar bend, and a lot of you guys have been asking me what I run. So I run the Pro Taper Evo style in the Wyndham RM mid bend. So this is the tallest bend that Pro Taper makes in the Evo line, which I like to run the Evo line, especially on the Hondas, because the Honda chassis is super rigid, as I'm sure you guys know. So I try and do everything I can to soften it up and improve the comfort a little bit. So I don't like running the crossbar, plus I think it just looks a little better. Definitely go with the Evo line. It's what I prefer to run. And then I like the tall bend. It doesn't have a lot of sweep, so it kind of opens my chest up a little bit and keeps me from going like elbows down like a lot of tall riders do. Clearly, Pro Taper knows that I like to send it and get a little whiskey because they sent 2 sets. So hopefully we won't need the second set, but you know, they have me covered in case of a gnarly crash. So thank you, Pro Taper. Let's get these babies on this bike. Alright guys, so I'm really, really picky about my bar setup. Just like the rotation of them, my lever position, how they are like forward and backward. So to get my bars perfect every time, you can see you want to line them up perfectly with the angle of the forks and then rotate them back just the tiniest little bit. Most people, I know like most pros tend to just rotate theirs back just a tiny bit. So that provides good stability while also keeping you forward on the bike, and it allows you to weight the front end nicely. So that's a pretty good baseline to start with. Some prefer them a little bit more forward, some prefer them a little bit more back, but that's pretty much a standard setup right there. All right, so here we go with the rest of the controls. We've got the Works Connection clutch perch and lever with the red anodized adjuster, so that's pretty awesome. Got the custom front brake cap, has the J-Walk and the 841, which is awesome. Also Works Connection front brake lever, and rotating clamp. Works Connection gave me a code for 20% off on their website. I'll put it up on the screen right now, so make sure you head over to worksconnection.com. Use that code to get 20% off your order. Show them that you're watching these videos. You appreciate that they're supporting. So big thank you to Work Connection, specifically Brock Phipps for hooking it up. Really awesome of you guys. Super stoked to be running their products on this build. Moving on to some more Pro Taper goodies. We've got the pillow top grips, which I love, and then this, the ball bearing twister throttle tube. You guys probably can't see it, but there is, you can kind of see it a little bit. So really stoked on that. Got the hand guards and the Pro Taper pad. So let's put these goodies on the machine. Hard at work over here.
Yeah.
Nice shirt, by the way. What are we doing?
Putting this sick piece on.
That is sick. All right, well, you look like you know what you're doing, so I'm gonna let you get to it. Alright guys, that's as far as we got last night. It was getting pretty dark out and the lights in my garage aren't amazing, so it was getting a little bit hard to film, so we called it quits. Plus we pretty much got on all the parts that we had anyways. Kind of worked out perfectly. I was hoping we could get the seat cover and foot pegs on as well, but those didn't arrive yet, so those will be in a later video, probably with the graphics and everything. But anyways, let's go take a look at what we did. So starting out, we've got the Ride Engineering triple clamps. Those are the anodized red, which look really awesome, and I've never actually ridden with anything other than stock, so really excited to try those out. Following that up, we have the Pro Taper Evo Wyndham /RM mid bend, my favorite bend by far. Got the signature red Pro Taper handguards, really awesome black levers from Works Connection, Pro Taper pillow top grips, absolutely love them. We also threw on a Works Connection hour meter, which has the mounting point to go on the gas tank, which is awesome. Love having it on there, not having to glue it onto the frame. And then of course, topping it all off, we got that custom Works Connection J-Walk 841 one front brake cap. Then we also threw on the red front number plate and the red side plates, just because it's gonna flow with the graphics a little bit better how we designed them, and plus I just think it looks really sick. So overall, bike's looking great. Got the cockpit all set up for me. Like I said, I'm really picky about my bar setup, and that's how I prefer to run it. So you guys can go and mimic that setup if you want. Like I said, Works Connection gave me a code to get you guys 20% off, so that'll be up on the screen right now. Make sure you guys head over there and use it. Head over and snag some Pro Taper parts. In my opinion, they're the best in the business. The bars are super comfortable, super lightweight. They have a bunch of different bends, just a whole bunch of different parts. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Next one, we're gonna be looking at motor performance upgrades. So we got an exhaust system, a clutch system, maybe an ECU, and a couple other things to help out the engine package on this machine. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.